Terraria is a game that I have 935 hours in, and I look back at it to kind of understand why. What makes Terraria so good and also so addicting? So today, I'm going to be covering the addicting nature of Terraria. So when you start the game, you harvest some trees. You get enough wood to start a house. First, I might as well mention this guy. A lot of people hate him. But personally, I think the guide, probably the best character in the entire game, because you don't need a wiki for this game. Thing is, a lot of my most favorite games have this, to where you can put something in here, and you find what you can make out of that material. You're going to be using the guide a ton. So this is one main thing what makes the game so addicting, is you don't have to like alt tab out, open Google, and search something. So yeah, you can actually turn off pickup text. There are some ways to make it have the old sort of experience. Classic. There we go. So what houses are is a place for you to have NPCs. And what NPCs are is, I already showed you the guide. The guide is the most helpful guy in the entire game, because he pretty much is your guide to the entire game. And I love him for it. The more different items you get in the game, the more NPCs you get. And the more NPCs you get, the more houses you'll need. So when you pick up something like a bomb, you can get a different NPC than when you pick up something like a health increase. And by the way, to build a working house, you need a table, a chair, and a light source. You need enough space too. So now that we got our house done, I now have to get into the most important thing that makes Terraria the most addictive. The gameplay loop of mining, exploration, boss fighting. I'm going to start with the most important thing, are the items that a Terraria player can never live without. One of the first unique items is the grappling hook. And to get a grappling hook, you need 15 of one type of gem. You can get items like the cloud in the bottle, like the lucky horseshoe. You can also get the magic mirror, like Hermes boots. Also the anklet, which increases your movement speed by 10%. The aglet. And I say the piggy bank is one of the better items within the game. It isn't like the unique items, but you can hide your money in there. And this is more helpful in expert difficulty, where you lose most of your money upon death. The real question is, what do all these items have in common? Mobility. To get from point A to point B. This allows the player to move faster, have more control over the character, be able to climb up walls, be able to bounce, be able to do a lot of things that the player couldn't do prior. This is good because it gives the player a sense of progression. They start out slow, at a snail's pace, but then they start to pick up speed and then run like a rabbit. Now that's all I have to cover with the unique items. You'll see that I'll be picking up more and more speed over time. I'll pick up any more items that build into this over the course of the video. Now let's get into the exploration aspect of the game. Finding treasure. There are various events in Terraria. One of them is the wind event, where it gets really windy. It's not really that much of an important event, but it's your first event that you see in Terraria. You can also collect stars to increase your mana, or make jester arrows. Just use it and increase your maximum mana. Through exploring, you can also find hearts, which can help you increase your life total. There are also other things like fairies that lead you to chests and or other things. There's even an underground merchant you should be looking out for. Hey look, it's my child. Poppy a hug. Fuck, not nice. Now let me quickly cover the important biomes that you'll be finding in Terraria. The corruption biome, glowing mushroom biome. Oh, that's hell. The desert. Hey, no. The jungle biome, the ocean biome, snow biome, the dungeon. When night comes, then comes the monsters. When the monsters come, you hope you have better gear, especially if you're in something like expert mode. Which is why we're going to start talking about weapons. For example, the spear, the jabby type of weapon. Flails, the basic melee weapon. Yo-yos. Well, most players will use bows, which you can make arrows for with 1 stone and 1 wood. And you have a little nice ammo slot so you don't have to put it in your inventory. The boomerang-ish weapon. Guns. And magic weapons. Of course, to make some better weapons, you're gonna have to be able to mine. Mining ore. Mining better ore. Platinum. And if you're lucky, You can even mine demonite ore. Now that we got all this ore, what do? We make it into bars. A ton of bars. Why do we need a ton of bars? Well, you see, that's the next point. We need to make some armor to protect ourselves. So in Terraria, you start with no armor, but you can build up through various different tiers of armor. Through mining, you can get iron, tungsten, and platinum armor. Iron being the worst quality, and platinum being the best quality. Also, keep in mind that full armor sets have a set bonus. Now that we got armor, I think we're ready for a boss. But not just yet. We have to cover preparation, starting with potions. So you can make glass out of sand, and when you have glass at a furnace, you can make glass into bottles. You can get a dandelion, go to a water source, fill up a bottle for water, place the glass bottle on a table or workbench, and you kill one of those eyes for a lens, and after all that, you can make an archery potion, which increases your arrow speed and damage 20%. There are a lot of potions in this game that you can make, which helps you survive better, so you can make them for boss fights. Yeah, that's a major part of preparation. But another major part of preparation is building arenas. So for building a boss arena, I'd recommend just using wooden platforms and getting enough distance between each platform to where you can use the cloud in a bottle as a jump to get on the platform above. So you're able to make it there and you don't have to hold down too much. Because if there's too many platforms, you'll end up sacrificing a lot more movement verticality than a lot more movement horizontally. The arena, you can also make campfires, which increases life regen. Also, some sunflowers to increase your sprint speed. Like a lot harder. Well, there goes I Cthulhu. Next up, I gotta kill the worm. So you go down into the corruption, and you harvest some orbs. Then you have to kill the Eater of Worlds. Alright, we gotta quickly go. Goblin army. So after you kill the Eater of Worlds, you gotta go fight the Goblin army. Then after that goblin army that you defeated, go into the caves and try to search for this bastard. He's really fucking hard to find. Then when you find him, you can buy rocket boots off him. But most importantly, buy the Tinkerer's Workshop. Now that we got the Tinkerer's Workshop, we can now combine our trinket, our Hermes boots, with our rocket boots, and make Spectre boots. Now we have more accessory slots because of that. We have more available accessory slots because of that. And now, move a little bit more. Now it's time to go down to hell. Now that you're in hell, you can mine hellstone, but be careful. There's lava, and you can get hurt. I would also recommend maybe finding a way to not get hurt from burning blocks too. But you can mine it with the gear you get from the worm. Also, remember to grab Hellforge, because you'll need it in order to make your hellstone bars. Now it's time to head to Skeletron. Now that you made it to the dungeon, it's time to fight Skeletron. Just like that, Skeletron's dead. As you can see, it was a little bit difficult because the game decided to spawn a blood moon when I was doing it. And you know, everything goes wrong. But hey, you guys can now search a dungeon and enjoy the rest of your Terraria experience. This video for me was a very, very hard video to make. Not gonna lie, I don't think I'm ever gonna make a video this long ever again. The amount of shit I covered. Oh my god.